Have you ever wondered why a single piece of paper decides the fate of entire nations? Why, when the US dollar rises, some countries celebrate and others collapse overnight? This is not just about money, it is about power. Invisible power that controls the modern world without a single bullet. Story begins in 1944. The world is burning, the Second World War is ending, Europe is in ruins. Economies are destroyed, but one country stands tall. The United States of America. Its factories are alive, its gold reserves full, its economy untouched by war in a quiet town called Bretton Woods. World leaders gathered to rebuild civilization. Their goal was to design a new financial system that could prevent another depression there. An agreement was made that would change the world forever. Every currency would be linked to the US dollar, and the dollar would be linked to gold. $35 for 1 ounce. It sounded fair and logical. After all, America had most of the world's gold, so the world agreed from that day. The dollar became as good as gold if you wanted to trade, invest, or rebuild. You needed dollars. The United States became the banker of the planet for decades. It worked. The dollar was stable, trusted, and powerful, but power always comes with temptation. America began spending more than it earned. The Cold War, the Vietnam War, the space race, billions printed and spent overseas. Countries began to lose faith. France sent warships to America, demanding gold in exchange for paper dollars. Gold reserves started to disappear. Then came the shock of 1971. President Richard Nixon announced that the United States would no longer convert dollars into gold. The dollar was now backed by nothing, only by trust. The world feared collapse, but something unexpected happened. The dollar survived, and soon it became stronger than ever because America had already planned its next move. The year is 1974. A secret meeting takes place between the United States and Saudi Arabia. The deal is simple but deadly. Powerful America would protect the Saudi kingdom, and in return, Saudi Arabia would sell its oil only in US dollars. This was the birth of the petrodollar, and that changed everything now. Every country on earth needed dollars, because every country needed oil. Japan, India, Germany, China, all of them, even nations that had no ties with America, now depended on its currency. The dollar was no longer just money, it was oxygen. No one could survive without it. Without firing a single shot, America had captured the world's economy, and with that, the dollar became more than a currency. It became a weapon. Through the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank, and the SWIFT banking network, the United States gained the power to control who trades and who does not. One signature from Washington could freeze a country's entire banking system. No bombs, no missiles, just money. This is how financial wars are fought. But the secret to the dollar's power lies not just in control, it lies in trust. People around the world believe that the US dollar is safe, that America will never collapse, that its money is the ultimate protection against chaos, and that belief gives America what economists call exorbitant privilege. It means the United States can print money freely, while the rest of the world must earn it through trade or debt. Every time another country saves in dollars, the dollar grows stronger. Every time a country borrows in dollars, America grows richer. It is brilliant. It is unfair. It is unfair. It is unstoppable. But this dominance comes at a cost. When the dollar rises, developing nations suffer. Their debts become harder to pay. Their currencies fall. Inflation explodes. When the United States prints money, the world feels the pain. When it raises interest rates, weaker economies collapse. The dollar gives America power, but it steals others' control, and slowly, the world has started to push back. The cracks in the empire are now visible. China, Russia, India, and Brazil have formed the BRICS alliance. They are trading in local currencies, creating their own banks, and experimenting with digital money. Even Saudi Arabia, America's longtime ally, is exploring deals in other currencies. The world is searching for freedom from the dollar's grip, but can anyone really replace it? Behind every dollar stands the most powerful economy on earth, the largest military, the deepest financial system, and the strongest network of trust. The euro tried to compete, but Europe is divided. The Chinese yuan has potential, but it is tightly controlled. Cryptocurrency promised revolution, but it is unstable. So despite all its flaws, people still trust the dollar, because in a world full of chaos, trust is everything, and that trust keeps the dollar alive. Every global crisis, every war, every pandemic, Every market crash pushes people back toward the dollar, not away from it. The dollar is not just money, it is control. When the US cuts off a country from the dollar system, its economy suffocates, sanctions destroy its trade banks, freeze imports vanish, and power shifts instantly. That is how modern wars are fought silently, through currency. But no empire lasts forever before the dollar. The British pound ruled before that, the Dutch guilder before that. Gold and silver decided empires, each dominated for about a century before collapsing. The dollar has ruled for almost 80 years. Its end will come, maybe in decades, maybe sooner. Maybe the next power will be China, maybe a global digital currency, or maybe a world of multiple financial giants instead of one. Whatever happens, when the dollar's reign ends, the world will not just change, it will transform. So the next time you hold a dollar, look closely. You are not just holding paper. You are holding history, control, and belief. That note has built empires, destroyed nations, and shaped the modern world. It is not backed by gold anymore. It is backed by trust, and trust is fragile because when trust fades, empires fall. Until then, the US dollar will keep ruling silently, powerfully, endlessly. Will not just buy things, it will buy power, influence, and the loyalty of nations, because money does not rule the world, the dollar does.